Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakodash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwath, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. Alright, Shalom, y'all. Another video through the Spirit. Came across this, I'll be using this clip from Coach Greg. What do you call it? Fair use, right? Whatever. He's going to make a statement that is very much true, and it's something that, you know, we've been making mention of for years, and I've even heard the Elder Apostle Tahar say it, and he's going to mention something in particular I've heard the Elder Apostle Tahar say. I'm pretty sure some of you brothers have as well. But the simple fact of the matter is the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, specifically Judah, the Southern Kingdom, the head tribe, the American Negroes, as we're called today, right? African Americans are the most watched and replicated people of the planet Earth. Why is that? Because we have the salt of the earth. Everyone hates us, yet at the same time, everyone loves to emulate and try to duplicate our culture. The other tribes, and then even the heathen in general, love to duplicate the black man's swagger, rhythm, shock and awe of his physical capabilities. And that's just of a truth. And so this guy is going to make a statement here because he's making a general observation of society. So let's let him speak for a minute, and we'll get some scriptures to back it up. Yep.
We love the people. No government name, SD says, I see Latino women are hopping on the bandwagon of the B-dub.
He's reading a comment from one of his subscribers. He's saying how Latino women are following in the tracks of the black women, blaming their men that Trump won the election.
And blaming the election loss on Latino men. He says right here, I'm not sure why they are following their lead when their demographics seem to be the least happy with low marriage rates and high single mother rates. I've been telling you for a long time that the black community is a microcosm of where America is going, and it's right here. All right, it is. So whatever the black community does, America will follow, and that goes for everything: culture, hip hop, rims on cars, baggy jeans.
Rims on cars. Now I want to stop on that one, because if you brothers, you be watching the videos. Elder Apostle Tahar mentioned that in a video a couple years ago. I can't remember the exact video, but he was giving the story how back in the day cars didn't used to come with customized rims, swirl patterns, blacked out, and cars were basic. Then Jake started tricking out the rims, and so now cars come with customized rims. You'll see an old ass Edomite in a Ford Explorer with some blacked out cool ass rims. Well, who started that trend? The American Negro males did. And who came in right behind? It's a car, right? What they do, low riders, the hydraulics, they had the gold rims and shit, spokes and shit. So whether people like it or not, you all hate us, but you all copy us. Why? Because we're the Israelites. Bitch, swallow it down.
All right, white dudes used to be, remember when white dudes were corny? All right, white dudes used to be corny as hell, right? Corny. They be doing a comb over and shit. White dudes be in there licking they comb and combing they shit over. The white dude haircut. Spraying that shit. They comb they shit over like this. They were corny as hell. Polo shirts all tight, right? They be wearing them little tennis shorts. White dudes used to be hella corny. Hella corny. And they just changed it. Gave them some culture and made them cool and shit.
It's lucky y'all had a phone call, but he's making a good point there. It's funny, now, hey, we have the Israelite foreigners, but then you have actual heathen. So, don't get because he is making a good point. Back in the day, Esau stayed in his own culture. He wouldn't try to replicate nigger culture. But now you do see the fact that black so-called culture is affecting American culture in general. Now everybody uses particular words and phrases, wears particular shoes, wears particular clothing. White girls can't keep a black man loins out their mouth, right? We see that our spirit is having an effect on the people as it always had, and that's the bigger picture. So let me start. And why is that, y'all? Why is that? Now, firstly, let me go to Genesis 49 actually to show you that Judah is that head tribe, whether people like it or not. And if we look in the world, are people emulating the Jewish folk, the Amalekites? Are people running around with yarmulkes on? Are people running around with their tassels on? Right? Are people running around emulating those folk culture? Y'all know what I mean. And the answer is no. Who do people emulate in China, in Japan? Who are people emulating in India? Who are people emulating in Britain? Right? We got motherfuckers rapping in Uzbekistan some damn where. Come on now. Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Right? Judah is that head tribe whom even the other tribes look up to, and soon all the world will be under the hand of the Israelites, right? And beginning with the head tribe under Yahushua, whether people like it or not. And it's evident that the so-called African Americans are the Judites, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. It is without a doubt, literally at the bottom, treated like shit, and at the same time, whatever we do is what everyone wants to do. You can look over all forms of pop culture, movie, TVs, all of it. Who do people emulate? Are people in the world emulating the culture of European Spaniards? Do you get what I'm saying? Is everybody in the world trying to be a bullfighter? Is everybody in the world running around with a rose in their mouth and a little bit of red wine with their pinky up? No. All right. When Michael Jackson died, do y'all remember? I remember this shit, man. You couldn't piss without opening the toilet and seeing the water in the shape of Michael Jackson. God damn it. They had that nigga everywhere when he died, man. Michael Jordan. His shoes everywhere. Motherfuckers die over them shoes. Come on now. Everything, everywhere we go and everything we do. Jeremiah 50, 1 and 20. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. All right, so we are the portion of the Lord, so we're special, and our uniqueness is in the eyes of the world, which is why they like to replicate us. And when I say us now, I'm referring to all the 12 tribes of Israelites. Right? We're the most hated and the most emulated. We are the originators, all right, and we are the copied. And it's evident. And like he's saying, what the black culture does, it's a microcosm of what happens in America. So the things that we go through now, you people are starting to, at first it was our women leaving us and betraying us and acting crazy. Well, now some of y'all are starting to get it. It's starting to drain off into your parts of society, right? Your young ones are starting to be obsessed with rap and just wanting to smoke weed and do bullshit. Take, for instance, which I'm not saying if he's an Israelite foreigner or not. I really don't care about the guy. But the Logan Paul and the Jake Paul thing, right? Back in the day, two blonde-head, blue white boys, they wouldn't have been trying to involve themselves, boxing with niggas, tatted up, throwing up signs and shit, right? Now what they doing? So it's evident that we're rubbing off on everybody. Why is that? Once again, we're the Israelites.
Cool and shit. Them ninjas was jump around, jump. Them ninjas was jumping around.
Now, once again, I will say this: certain of them are Israelite foreigners, which is why they cling to us so hard. But many of them are straight up heathens who are just infatuated with us. So don't get it confused. You do have the Israelite foreigners, but then you have the heathen who are just infatuated.
Around and shit. All right. White used to be corny as hell. All right, but guess what? All right, ninja culture influenced they ass. Now they cool and shit. Be wearing spiky hair and they be at the club. guess what? Yeah, they used to be, I wish they all could be California, girl. Combing they shit over and putting the moose in it. Now they all cool and shit. All right, and that's because the black community influences America. Positively and negatively. Positively and negatively. Like, white dudes could be cool for in like their 20s and 30s and then come out here voting MAGA in their 40s.
Yep, and that's the thing about it, y'all. That's another thing about our people. Our people are easily beguiled. Just because a heathen is fucking with you doesn't mean they actually like you. Like he's saying, when they're young, you know, because they grow up, we all grow up in proximity, right? Public schools and all that shit. They might be fucking with you, going to school with you, all this and all that. But when they get older, these are the motherfuckers that are going to grow up to oppress you. They're going to be the, you know, set up in positions of policy and power while your ass is still at the plant. You know, so y'all might have been sharing lunch back in the day, but now this motherfucker has jurisdiction over your whole city. So in the end, it still results with us being at the bottom regardless.
Right? Yeah, that's how they do. But even the women follow the black community. I mean, right to hell. Right? Straight to hell. It is what it is, guys. You guys got to realize that. That's why I say you got to leave the community. You got to leave the community. They made that whole football player for the Kansas City Chiefs, that white dude. He like a brother, but he white. He got the whole John B. faded beard and shit. And then he got him a white girl, a flatback. I mean, little pancake booty cheeks, and he came out there looking like a police officer. I mean, you know, they cool until it's not cool no more. They snap out of it. You gotta wake up. The community does influence everybody negatively. All right, Travis Kelce is his name. Right, here we go right here. You're right. No government name SD. They're negatively influenced, and the reality is this: American women love the fact that black women can be independent. Like, women look at independent women and they want to be them. Like old, fat, 40, 50-year-old white women, you know who they love?
Hey, what scripture is that? Let me go to, we still in Jeremiah. That's another thing. Our influence can be negative, right? And so you see, here it is, we're supposed to be the perfect, upright nation. So since we're sinning, all the world is going to go ahead and sin. And in particular, they're going to follow what we do. So, right here, Jeremiah 2:3. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways. Yup. So, people, it's just a whole cesspool of wickedness down here. Jake going off, the heathen going off, everybody's going off. All right, our people are cooning to try to get a good position, right? And then at the same time, the heathen are following them in their sins, right? So now, you know, a nigga, he talking about, you know, man, I'm not even gonna repeat some of the things these niggas be saying in these songs, but some of the things these niggas do that's wicked, then the heathen follow behind them, that's wicked, right? And now what you have? A whole culture of wickedness. There's another scripture, what is it? Let me see. I believe it's in Ezekiel. Basically, our nation has become like a whore. Everyone deals with, but in the end, we're discarded. Ultimately, I know there's Ezekiel 16. I want to say. Oh, chief. Oh, okay. I remember a little bit. Give me 1 second. Yep, right here. Now, our people in particular, they do a super form of selling out. Basically, it's saying right here, okay, Ezekiel 16:33. It says, they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. Right. So normally with a harlot, literally, you pay her to have access to her body. But in contrast, it's being shown here that this harlot is paying the men to have use of them. So it's backwards, if that makes sense. And that's the relationship you see with our people in the world. Here it is. We're the ones that everybody's copying, but we're bootlicking to be up under them, to be accepted by them. But they're following us. It's a sick dichotomy. Like he said, a microcosm, which is basically, to break it down in po nigga terms so everybody can understand, a little group and a big group, right? Micro meaning little, right? Let's do this microcosm so I can get y'all boys up to speed. Microcosm, because you have macrocosm being large and then micro being small. Microcosm, yep. Microcosm, human nature, man viewed as the epitome of creation, literally miniature world. Yep. So we, the Israelites, we are a miniature world within the world that people are copying, a microcosm in the macrocosm, the big world, right? And we're seeing that they're following us. Since we're sinning, they're sinning. That's why when we get set back up in righteousness, that's when the world will be put in righteousness. That's why it's such a, this is why we need to get back to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, y'all. When we get in order, all of the world will get in order. That's the answer to all this. Let me get that. Salakia. Right here. Isaiah 2:2. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it." So when we're set in power, we're going to be the ruling, leading organization in the world. Verse 3. All right, everyone's going to have to do what we tell them. All right, it says, "And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain, to the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." Right? So everyone's going to do what we tell them. We're going to be the new royalty and rulership in the world, contrary to what it is now, the heathen running shit. All right, Salaki, y'all. Lost my train of thought. I had to pause it for a moment. I'm just come back and let it play. It's about almost over. Let's see.
Black women, they love them. They have a secret fascination with them.
Yeah, okay. All right, back on track. All right.
Old, fat, white, soggy white women go outside and they see sisters, and like, damn, I wish I was as brave as them. These guys are so motivating. They're fun. They're humorous. Humorous, is that the name? And so what happens is these women have lived a life in the matrix and they wish to be independent. Latino women look at black women and say, at least they get to do what they want to do and say what they want to say. They look like they're having a fun time until they have to live that reality. Now, white women know that that's not a realistic proposition for them. So they stay with their suburban husband even though they hate him. However, people don't really know how hard it is to be a black woman. It's hard as hell. Living off the government and shit. Fornicating until they're 60 years old and 70. Living off welfare and relatives.
Hey, he's stupid. He's funny.
Selling punani. I mean, they deep down want to be free. But do they want to be free? It comes at a cost. They don't realize how this is a train wreck in the end. All right, it's a train wreck. Somebody said Latinas play black women. No, the real Latinas. All right, if a woman has common sense, they will not look at these women as free and independent. They will be like, You know, them flatback white women, they be like, not me. All right, they go out there. I'm gonna make muffins tonight. I'm gonna make muffins because they don't know black women be at the child support office all the time. And white women will try to live that shit and be at the child support, just completely dying on the inside. All right. Am I making sense to y'all today? I know it's hardcore information, but I got to give you hardcore information here. I can't sugarcoat shit around here. I got to tell you the truth. Shout out to Dr. Beto, coach. I did the math and it looks like the essays made Trump president and not the...
Right, so yeah, that's what we came here for. Hey, the most hated, the most emulated, as the phrase goes. Everybody want to be a nigga, so it's time to be a nigga. And that's what he's dealing with towards the end part. They want and like, you know, the good parts, the benefits, you know, but nobody wants to go through the suffering that a nigga has to go through. And that's just the reality of the fact of the matter. And ultimately, you know, we're catching all this hell, we're going through all this. But soon we will be raised up, and through Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushua B'Hashem Rakakodash, not through ourselves, because we're not great by any means ourselves, what we're going to be acknowledged through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Them getting their glory first, then as proxy, then we'll finally get some glory. With all that being said, it's evident that we are the salt of the earth. And so what we need is to get our salt back. We need Yahweh Shai back to get back that salt, because we've certain Jake has lost their worth. You know, certain Jake need to die, god damn it. Matthew let me see. You know what? That's good, but I want to actually let me do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll just end on the fact we're gonna be re-glorified in the eyes of the world, and it's no longer gonna be this guessing game of who the people are. We're not gonna have to deal with these scoffers too much more longer. They're gonna acknowledge who we are, whether they like it or not. All right, here we go. Zechariah 8:12. It says, "For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their dew. And I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all these things. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, southern and northern kingdom, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing, and a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong." Right. So we were a curse, but we will be set back up in our rightful order. All right. Isaiah 61:9. Their seed shall know. The Gentiles shall know that they're the chosen seed. Basically, everyone's going to acknowledge us. Right now we're down, but soon we'll be up. All right. And even down in our low degree, you motherfuckers still copy us. So how about that? All right, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakurash, to honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim Wa Aqua, learning and teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom.